Hello students, we have completed the characteristics of class Mammalia. In this lecture, we are going to do the classification of mammals. Class Mammalia is divided into two subclasses, Prototheria and Theria, primitive mammals and advanced mammals. Prototheria are mammals because they have mammary glands, but they are so primitive mammals that they retain certain characteristic features of the reptiles from where they have evolved. You see, reptiles, some of the reptiles have given rise to birds, okay, the connecting link of which was the Archaeopteryx, and some reptiles have given rise to mammals, the connecting link of which is the Prototherians. Prototherians can be considered as the connecting link between reptiles and mammals because they retain certain reptilian features in them and they also show mammalian characters as well. So we will see what reptilian features they have retained. First of all, they are egg-laying mammals. Laying eggs was a characteristic feature of the reptiles, isn't it? Egg-laying mammals. That is, they are oviparous, okay, and they can be considered as a connecting link between reptiles and mammals. Reptile features and mammalian features. First reptilian feature that it shows is it lays eggs, and the eggs are exactly like the reptiles, that is, they are cladoic and polylecythal eggs. Next reptilian feature is presence of cloaca. You know cloaca, the common opening for excretory, digestive and reproductive system. The advanced mammals do not have a cloaca, okay, but the Prototherians have them. Third reptile-like feature that they have, Pinna is absent. Pinna, that is external ear, is absent. The advanced mammals are known for their pinna, external ear, which is absent in case of the Prototherians. Now let's list the mammalian features. First one, presence of mammary glands, but the mammary glands are without nipples. Young one laps the milk that oozes out. Second mammalian feature is presence of hair on body, and third feature is presence of diaphragm. So these are the reptile features and these are the mammalian features, and that's why it's a connecting link between the reptiles and mammals. Mainly they are distributed in Australia, Tasmania. Two important examples that you need to learn of are Ornithorhynchus, which is the duck-billed platypus, and Tachyglossus, which is also called as Echidna or spiny ant eater. So these were the Prototherians, primitive mammals, connecting links between the reptiles and the mammals. Now we move on to subclass Theria. Subclass Theria is further divided into two infraclasses. These were the subclasses, and Theria is divided into two infraclasses. The first one is Metatheria and the second one is Eutheria. Meta means intermediate and Eu means true. Theria, you can say they are mammals. It actually means beasts. Intermediate mammals, true mammals. Prototherians were oviparous mammals. Both of these are viviparous mammals. They both give rise to young ones. They both have mammary glands to nurse their young ones. But why are Metatherians intermediate mammals and why are the Eutherians true mammals? Is because of the differences in their placenta. You know what is the placenta? Placenta is the point of attachment on the uterine wall to which the umbilical cord from the fetus is attached to. This is the point of attachment from where the young fetus will draw the nutrients from its mother's womb and leave the excretory waste. Okay, this is the place wherein there is intermingling of the blood vessels of the mother and the fetus. Okay, it's a place on the uterine wall, the placenta. Now this placenta in the Metatherians is very rudimentary type of placenta, and it's a very short-lived placenta. However, for Eutherians, the placenta is very well developed. It's a chorioallantoic type of placenta, and in case of Metatherians, it's a Yolk-sac placenta, which is very short and rudimentary. That is the major difference. So what happens as an outcome of that difference in the placenta is that in Metatherians, the young one is born very prematurely. Okay, the young one is born, but it is born very prematurely because the placenta is very rudimentary. It will just detach and it will birth the young one, and the young one is born very immature, the size of jelly bean. If it is left out like that in the open, it will die. So the complete development of this fetus, of this immature fetus, is then completed in a pouch-like structure with which the female Metatherians have, inside which there are teats, to which teats means the nipples of the mammary glands. Okay, their mammary glands will have nipples. So the young fetus attaches attaches onto the nipples and feeds onto the milk and completes the rest of the development inside that pouch-like structure. You've seen the kangaroos, right? They have that pouch and the young fetus then completes its development for about 8 to 12 months, after which it can come out and then it can go back also to feed onto milk. This pouch-like structure is called as the marsupium, and that's why the Metatherians are also called as marsupials or pouched mammals. What happens in case of the Eutherians? They have a well-developed placenta, so the young one completes its development inside the uterus and the young one is born very well developed. So as such, the Eutherians are also called as true placentals, true placental mammals. So let's say Metatherians, they are also called as marsupials or pouched mammals, and the Eutherians are also called as true placental mammals. Let's cite the differences in the placenta here. Placenta is short-lived or rudimentary. It's a yolk-sac placenta and the young one is born prematurely. Complete development takes place inside what? Marsupium, which is the pouch in female mammals. What does it have? It has mammary glands with nipples. These are Oviparous. Two more points about Metatherians I would like to tell you. One is that they are also distributed in Australia and Tasmania. Tasmania is an island around Australia only. Also in New Guinea. They do not have the cloaca that the Prototherians had, but they have a common opening for excretory and reproductive system together. The opening for digestive system is different, but they do have a common urogenital opening. And the females are also known to have 2 vaginas and 2 uteri. Examples: Macropus, that is the kangaroo, then opossum. You know opossum, right? You've seen Ice Age? You should have watched by now. Koala bear is a marsupial. Female has 2 vaginas, 2 uteri, excretory and reproductive system has common opening which is called the urogenital opening. And the examples: Macropus, kangaroo, opossum, then koala, etc. And then we write about the Eutherians. What did I tell you about the Eutherians? They are true placental mammals. Let's write placenta is well developed. What type of placenta did I tell you it is? It's a choreo-allantoic placenta. Young one born well developed. Mammary glands will be with nipples. Parental care present. Both the parents usually involved in parental care. They have extra abdominal testes. Testes are outside the abdomen, okay, which is generally not found in the other mammals except whale, elephant, seal. And some examples of common mammals are elephant, human, bat, whale, etc. So these were the 2 subclasses under class Mammalia, Prototheria and Theria. Subclass Theria, which is further divided into 2 infraclasses: Metatheria, the marsupials, and the Eutheria, the true placental mammals. Under Eutheria, there are some important orders. I will cite them over here. Eutheria, important orders. First one is Insectivora. These are primitive placental mammals. Example: shrews. There is a Rodentia, to which rodents belong to. Example: rat, squirrel. It's the largest mammalian order. Then there is Legomorpha. Example: rabbit. Fourth one is Carnivora. Well-developed canines, as you know, cat, dog. Cetacea. Example: whale. Their hair is reduced and pinna is absent in them. Proboscidea, to which elephants belong to. They have a huge proboscis, an extension of the lip. Chiroptera. Example: bat. Flying mammals. Primata, to which human belongs to. And next one is not an order. The organisms of which are distributed amongst all these. These are called ungulates, the hoofed mammals. Example: cow, horse. So these are the different orders of infraclass Eutheria. We will be doing at least one example of each one of this order in the next lecture.
In the name of Lord Mahadev, please subscribe.